Here we have the third question of logarithms. So we have 2 log x plus 15 in base 2 minus log x in base 2 being equal to 6. So we are supposed to show that it reduces to x squared minus 34 plus 225 equal to 0. So the first step we are going to reduce it. Then after that we are going to solve the equation 2 log x plus 15 minus log x in base 2 equal to 6. So let's solve the equation. Remember, when we did the third law of logarithms, we said if log m to the power p is raised to the power p, so we will get our p log m. So in this case we are going to apply law number 3 of logarithms, which is changing this 2 to become the power of the logarithm. So in this case we will have our log of x plus 15. Okay, so we are going to raise this to the power of 2 since the quotient of the number is 2. So we have minus log of x in base 2 being equal to 6. So since these two are of the same base, which is base 2, so we have our logarithm in base 2. And then remember, on the second law of logarithms, if we have log of a minus the log of b, we will get our log of a over b. So in this case, since we are subtracting, we are going to get the quotient of the logarithms. So we will have here in this case x plus 15 squared, then divided by our value here, which is x, and then we equate to it to 6. So as we did in the first question, remember we said if we have log of b in base a being equal to x, we will get our b being equal to a to the power of x. So in this case our a is here, the base 2, and our x here is our 6. So we will have x plus 15 squared over x being equal to our 2 here being raised to the power of 6. So in this case we are solving it as an equation, a quadratic equation. So we have x plus 15 by expanding the bracket, and then we have 2 to the power of 6. If we multiply 2 to the power of 6, we get our 64. So we say 64 multiplied by x, which is 64x. And then when we expand the first bracket multiplied by the second bracket, we will get our x multiplied by x, which is x squared. Then our x multiplied by 15, which is plus 15x. Then again, if we multiply, we get another plus 15x. Then if we say 15 by 15, which is equal to 225, then we say equate it to 64. Then when we expand the bracket, we have x squared plus 30x plus 225 being equal to 64x. Then if we take our 64x to the left hand side, we will have our x squared plus 30x, then plus 30x minus 64x plus 225, which is equal to 0. Then if we solve these two, we will get our x squared plus, if we say 30 minus 64, we get minus 34x plus 225 being equal to 0, which is equal to the one that we are asked to show that it reduces to this one. So we got the answer. So we just solved the third question of logarithms. We had here 2 log in base 2 of x plus 15 minus the log of x in base 2 being equal to 6. And by applying the third law of logarithms, we raised this x plus 15, log x plus 15 to the power of 2, since this is what the log of the third law of logarithm says, that if we have log of m to the power of p, if we solve it, we get p log of m. So in this case, by solving, we had the same base, which is log in base of 2, and we got our x plus 15. Since we are subtracting by applying the second law, we divide and we get the quotient of the two logarithms, and then we equate it to our 6. And then by applying the logarithm law, so we will have our b equal to a to the power of x. So in this case, this is our b being equal to a to the power of x. Then if we solve further by expanding the bracket, we will reduce it to the required value of x. And hence, otherwise, we are asked to solve this equation. So stay tuned for the solving of this question. Remember to ring the bell for more notifications, share and subscribe. Push us to the channel to Kufamba the Maths.